Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. As it is Valentine's Day, I thought today what I would do is a video about where I am with my love life and dating. Also, I want to talk about what I think a good and bad first date is. And also, what do you get someone for Valentine's Day? So I'm going to start with talking about my love life and dating situation at the moment, which is kind of non-existent. I hadn't actually been on a date for 4 years until last week when I went on my first date. So talking about why it's been so long since I've been on a date at all. I think with me, my personality, the way I am, a lot of people see me on social media, and if I meet people in person that know me from social media, they think I'm a very confident person, and I'm actually not. I'm a very shy person, and I do find it hard to meet someone for the first time, especially in a date situation where really you're not just meeting them as a friend or a work colleague. It's kind of like someone that could be in your life for a long time or a short time. So I feel like there's a lot more pressure there, and kind of the nerves do get the better of me. So I kind of cancel myself out to any first dates unless I've really got to know that person or met them on a friend basis first. And also I have had really bad relationships in the past, which I'm not going to kind of get all into that because that is the past and I'm moving into the future. But yeah, I've had things that have broke me and made me put up a big wall that no one has been able to get over for 4 years. And I did set myself that in 2017 I would open myself up to more opportunities of meeting someone and going on dates with people and just kind of seeing the whole world that is out there, because even if you don't find the right person, everyone said how exciting actually dating is. So I went on my first date last week, which went really well. I got taken to watch Kinky Boots in theatre, which second time watching it. We went for dinner afterwards, and yeah, it was a really good date, and it made me realise that I kind of have missed having that moment with someone and getting to know someone in a different way to what you would a friend, and also them wanting to get to know you as well and kind of asking you questions and really finding an interest in everything you do in life. It went really well. Hopefully, fingers crossed, there is a second date on the cards. Unfortunately, the person does live in New York, so distance is a bit of a problem. Not for me though, however, as I would like to have a relationship with someone that is a little bit further away, as it lets me kind of get on with my life here and do what I need to do in work and see my friends and family, but then also have that kind of feeling that when you go and see them, it's exciting and you can't wait to catch up and spend time with them. So kind of my ideal situation is have a partner that is kind of overseas, whereas that might not work for everyone, and that might not be everyone's kind of cup of tea because they might want to see you all the time. So it is hard to find that perfect person like that for me. Now, my mum's always saying to me like, Carl, you need to find someone, like you're always the third wheel in everyone's relationship. And I class myself as more as the Cupid. Like over the past 4 years, I've been setting up all of my friends together. Like 2 of my friends now are engaged with their first child, which they didn't even know each other. I set them up together. And I love watching moments like that I kind of in a way have created. But I am, yes, the third wheel in everyone's relationship. It's always going on a holiday or going for dinner or going to the cinema with a couple and me, which it doesn't bother me in a way, but I do understand that it's not nice to be the third wheel and they're all lovey-dovey and sharing moments together, and you're just kind of like, we'll take him along because we feel sorry for him because we know he's been single for so long. So I have opened my eyes this year to finding someone, and I will keep you all updated as well with how I'm getting on with dating and finding the perfect person and maybe falling in love this year, who knows. But now I'm going to move on to what I think is a good date and what I think is a bad date. So I think what I did as a first date is really good, going to the theatre and then going for dinner. Because if you go for dinner for the first date, I find it really awkward and quite hard because everyone is nervous on their first date. So you have the most awkward conversations. It's like, is the steak cooked well? Or how's your carrots? And to be honest, do you really want to know how the steak is cooked or if they're enjoying the carrots on a first date? Like, do you really need to know that information that early in your relationship? I don't think so. So it's quite hard to start a conversation, like who's the one who's going to ask the questions. And yeah, that's why I feel like going to the theatre is always a good place to start, because you get to share some funny moments together. There's a story there to talk about after when you go for dinner, so you can share you've just done something together and then you can go and talk about it. So it's always a great conversation starter. And if you don't like the theatre, maybe you've gone to a show that you didn't like and they did, it's still a conversation for you to talk about. So there's no kind of awkward moments there, or no awkward chat. Like, you're not gonna come out with the most ridiculous question, because when I get nervous, I ask or say the stupidest things. I'm like, oh yeah, so like, do you like eating lunch? Or like, do you like steak? You've just ordered steak for your dinner. Of course you like steak. Why did I even ask that? So when the nerves get the better of me, I do come out with ridiculous things. So I find if there's something else in the background that we can talk about, that we've both done together, I can always kind of refer back to that no matter what. Dinner, as I said, I would class as a bad first date. Unless you're both really, really chatty people and you're very confident, then potentially it could be good. Even though it's like, who pays for the dinner? Going to be an awkward moment at the end when you don't get your card out. Are you going to split it? All of those things, like, I can't deal with awkward moments like that. It's too much for me. Also, the cinema. Now, I know when I was a kid, when I was younger, the cinema was always the only date that I wanted to do. It was like, Mum, Dad, will you drop me and my new girlfriend down to the cinema? I've not even been on a date with her yet, but I called her my girlfriend. So, cinema I just find bad because one of you is going to choose the film and it might not be good. So then there's the point of saying, oh, you took me to something that was boring. And you don't talk in the cinema. In the theatre, you might still have a laugh and a little chat and you have a break in between. Whereas at the cinema, you got to sit there throughout the whole film and you've not spoke. And then what do? Like, you get in the car and drop them home. You've not really had any time together. So you've not really actually got to know that person. All you've done is watched a film that you wanted to watch and then dropped them home. So I don't think that's a good date either. I find probably the best date that you can possibly do is spontaneous, like something adventurous. Take them to something like really out there, because even if at first they think, where are we going or what are we doing? You've kind of like shocked them at first, and you're going to share something together that maybe you've never done, and that is a memory then that they'll never forget. So they're going to go away from it and they're going to be like, we laughed, we had fun. Like, depending whatever it is, like there's a place called Go Ape where you go in the forest and you go on zip lines, something like that, really far-fetched, that like something you don't do every day, because then I class that as a special date. It's something that they're never going to forget, something they're going to talk about to their friends. Hopefully you'll have fun, and even if the conversation isn't flowing, you're doing something together, so it's easier for you to like have those awkward silent moments. So yeah, that's what I think maybe some of the good and bad dates are. Moving on to, what do you buy someone for Valentine's Day? Now obviously this kind of conversation is more of if you've probably been in a relationship for some time, because obviously that's why you're buying them a present, unless you're really keen and you've met them twice and you think, I want to go and buy them something really nice. Valentine's Day, I always find that the most presents that are bought are flowers and chocolate. I actually don't think you should buy someone flowers or chocolate. Flowers to start with, it's like saying, hi, here's some beautiful flowers, but they're going to die in about 4 days, just like our relationship. I don't really like giving a present to someone that's going to die so soon. It's not, I don't think, something that's romantic, in my opinion. And chocolates, it's kind of like saying, hi, here's some chocolates, enjoy them, but make sure you lose the weight that you put on once you eat them. Because everyone puts on maybe a little bit of weight from chocolate. Or it's like saying, here's some chocolates, eat them, but then you got to go and do a 2-mile run to work it off. And if the person is like a healthy eater, you rather feel bad because you've not eaten them, or you kind of then don't eat them, and then the person's going, oh, did you like the chocolates? Were they good? And you're like, yeah, they were great. They're still sitting in the cupboard, or my mum ate them, or my mates came round and they ate them. So I just find chocolates, again, another present that's always bought at Valentine's Day, and I just think it's an easy present to buy. You just go in the shop and go, oh yeah, Valentine's Day, I better get some chocolates or flowers. So I don't personally agree with them as a first present or even a present. I think as a present, you should really think about your relationship and where you are in the relationship. Think about, like, maybe if you've been walking down the street and your partner's seen something in the shop that they've pointed out and then you forgot about it, but really it's still up there. Go and buy them that. Or buy something that means something to both of you, because Valentine's Day is not just about the girl and it's not just about the guy. It's not your birthday and it's not Christmas. So really that present should be something that means something to both of you together. Maybe like a memory that you've done, like a photo that you took on holiday together. Go and get that framed. Something that really means something as a pair, not just something they're going to put on their side table and forget that it was from you, because it doesn't mean any sentimental value to your relationship. So yeah, I just think put thought into the present that you're giving them. It doesn't have to be expensive. Just make sure, as I said, it means something to both of you together. So I just wanted to open up to you all in today's video and let you know where I am with love and dating, which, as you can tell, not in the best position. But do share with me in the comments box below if you have any good or funny stories about dates or presents that you've given or received. And if anyone doesn't subscribe, make sure you go and do that now. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you don't, give me a thumbs down, just so I know what kind of videos you guys like me filming. And thanks again for watching all. Have a great Valentine's Day. I've got my rose. See you later.